Hello guys, welcome back to The Tried Truth for another fragrance review. Today it's Tom Ford's Black Orchid Parfum from 2020, an Oriental floral. Nothing could describe it better. I did a blind buy on this. Don't do that. You may love it, but there's a pretty good chance. It's just not a safe blind buy, let's just say that. We'll get into all that. So the accords of Black Orchid Parfum from 2020 by Tom Ford are earthy, sweet, woody, patchouli, yellow floral, fruity, rum, warm spicy, floral, and animalic. And the note breakdown opens in the top with truffle and plum. And in the mid, you get rum, ylang ylang, and black orchid. And then in the base, simply patchouli. You know, some of the things I'll say about the notes in this fragrance, like the truffle in the opening, it's very chocolatey. And then in the patchouli, in the bottom, in the base note, that comes out right away, and it's very earthy. And those two work together, competing for which one smells more like dirt. And I don't mean that in like the worst way possible, but like you get a really fresh, soily earthiness to this fragrance. You know, the first day I got it, I just couldn't figure it out. I started a review on this, and I totally scrapped the whole video because I just couldn't make up my mind how I felt about it. But the bottle's pretty nice. Anyway, it is glass, and got this little bow tie up here on it. Anyway, I kind of stopped in my tracks with it because I just didn't know. I didn't know what to think of it. I personally feel in the opening it leans extremely feminine, and it rides out for a good 20 minutes with this bright, aromatic, sweet, syrupy yellow floral. And the extreme yellow floral note is just extreme. It takes a minute, and then it does start to develop. Okay, it takes 15, 20 minutes. It starts to really develop. And the other notes and players become more prominent, like the rum. And the truffle and the plum. But in the opening, this thing is a yellow flower bomb. I've had this for a couple of months. It's really macerating now, and it smells better than it did before. My first response and reaction to the fragrance was to put it back in the box and sell it. As I was saying with the notes, they're insufficient. They don't tell the story of what's really going on here. There's a lot more happening with this fragrance. It's one of the strongest fragrances I've ever encountered. It's one of the most floral fragrances I've ever encountered. Along with its good qualities, you know, it's so over the top with what I personally feel are negative. The yellow floral is so prominent, it's a negative. I feel like it takes away from the masculinity of the fragrance and goes feminine. The yellow floral does die down. It takes, no kidding, 45 minutes before the masculine qualities of the fragrance start to envelop or evolve, let's say. Once those come in, then you're good to go if you're going to wear this, because it is unisex. So if a man's going to wear it, you need 45 minutes. Time this appropriately for whatever occasion. Don't apply this when wherever you're going is 10 minutes away and then just show up smelling like yellow flowers. I mean, it's good, pleasant smell, but it's almost elderly lady type of esque. It kind of goes that route with the yellow floral. This is so yellow floral. It's like a grandmother's dream. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like a grandmother would love this fragrance, and I'm talking not a young hot grandma. I'm talking about an old, elderly grandmother lady, maybe 70, 75, 80 years old. She's going to love this stuff, you know, I guess, in the opening. And that's the trippy thing about it, because the fragrance really does smell good after 45 minutes, and enough masculinity comes into play where then you'll say, wow, okay, I see why a guy would want to wear this. It smells really good. So I made the mistake of putting it on. We're about 20 minutes from church, and I went to the bathroom and tried to scrub some of it off because I just felt out of place. I didn't really like the way it was, you know, vibing. I don't know. The responses I was getting was kind of weird. I think people might have thought it was my wife and not me. So she kind of covered for me a little bit there. So that was kind of good. She was my blocker. you know, I've made some fragrance mistakes along the way, and this one you got to be really careful. In fact, I think I went 4 or 5 sprays. So all a bunch, you know, every mistake you could possibly make, I made with this fragrance. So again, I held off on the review. I've had it for, I guess, 2 months, and like I said, I like it now. Now that I had to do my research, I had to get familiar with this fragrance, and you should too. So I wouldn't blind buy it, because honestly, even though it's good, it's super good quality. I mean, Tom Ford House is, it's good. It's top of the line designer. I mean, it borders niche. The quality level is here, but I could live without this one. There's so much other stuff that I would rather have. Now, the reviews I watched, I was really misled by them. So if you're not coming to the Tried Truth for the truth, then hello. I named it the Tried Truth for a reason. I wanted to try these products. Now, of course, these are my opinions, but I don't personally feel like the other reviewers are always honest. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe they're getting paid. I'm not. I mean, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not getting paid from fragrance houses or designers or any of that. So I will tell you, if it's feminine, if it's whatever. So if we break it down, who's going to like this fragrance? I don't really know. It's a tight market for this one. Fragrance lovers, yeah, this is an artistic fragrance. I wouldn't call it unique at all. It smells like Kat Von D in a bottle. And now I do know she has her own fragrance, and it doesn't smell like that. What I mean is, this smells like a gothic tattoo biker chick slash like fitness buff type chick. Okay, it smells like that. Or like I said, you get the old lady vibe out of it for a few minutes or whatever. This is a tough one. It's just not a safe blind buy. That's the one thing. If you take anything from this video, take that. It's not a safe blind buy. It's definitely a quality fragrance. There's no doubt about it. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't really want to say much more about it. I mean, I like it. After 45 minutes, I really like it, okay? Then it's acceptable for a masculine type of fragrance that a guy would like. And I'll tell you this much too. Let's say you're 25 years old and you find a store where you can sample this. I promise you, when you first smell it, you're not going to like it. But do this. Spray it on your wrist or your sleeve and just give it about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then go back to it. Then it will be intriguing, because what intrigues me the most about it is how it's off-puttingly yellow floral, and that's the one main thing that stands out the most, is that off-putting yellow floral. It's an explosion of yellow floral. I mean, I don't know what flower smells this yellow, but this is like the color yellow. This is the color yellow in a bottle. That's what yellow should smell like. Now, there's another version of that. You'd think citrus or lemon. No, I'm talking about yellow flowers. That's it. It's nuclear yellow flowers in a bottle. But after 45 minutes, it kind of converts from feminine to masculine. And when it does that, it dries down into the most chocolatey fragrance I've ever smelled. It's like hot fudge has been poured all over you. And it's the weirdest thing. The yellow florals are still there. But they morph into a whole new smell. The whole fragrance, it changes. But like I said, the nuclear yellow floral explosion lasts 45 minutes. Then it becomes a supporting characteristic for truffle and plum and patchouli. And it creates a chocolate accord out of this world. And in the accords, it should have put chocolatey. I don't know why it didn't. So I'm in 15 minutes here of this review personally, and I love it now. Already I thought it took more like 45 minutes, and I still do. I think the quality really is up to masculinity and par for a man after 45 minutes. And I'm talking 3 sprays max in any situation. Don't ever get near this in the summertime. Hot weather, don't go near it, okay? Lock it in a cage in the cellar somewhere. Don't go near this fragrance. I'm sorry. There's a lot more notes going on here that aren't listed. Now, if you go back to Black Orchid EDP, let's do that. and we'll get a better picture of what's really going on here, because that one has a lot more notes. Okay, so now we're looking at Black Orchid EDP. It is the black bottle with the golden label. So I'll show you here. Now this one has some different accords. You got warm, spicy, earthy, woody, sweet, amber, patchouli, floral, chocolate, balsamic, and powdery. So when I told you this one turns into chocolate fudge, a sweet, earthy, chocolatey, fudgy type of fragrance, like I said, it's carrying over. The DNA is still here. And we're going to go to the notes of this one. Okay, so get ready, guys. There's a lot going on in this. And I told you, this has got a lot more going on than is listed. So with this one, in the top alone, you have truffle, gardenia, black currant, lang lang, yasmin, bergamot, mandarin orange, and Amalfi lemon. In the middle, you have orchid, just orchid, spices, gardenia again, fruity notes, lang lang again, and jasmine and lotus. And in the base, you have Mexican chocolate, patchouli, vanille, incense, amber, sandalwood, vetiver, and white musk. Okay? Now, some reviewers, like Aaron Terrence Hughes, he feels personally that the better fragrance is the EDP. I can't tell you that. I don't know. But I can tell you this, all those notes are in here too. They've added rum to this, or is it rum? Yeah, they've added rum to this. That's what they've done here. And so this is what you got going on. Now, when you smell this and you start looking at that note chart, you're picking it all up. Maybe not so much on the incense, but the fruity notes, you do get like with this fragrance, you get a fruity amber resin type of scent. So you're picking up on the spices, definitely jasmine, because there's a combination that makes this yellow floral. There's a huge bouquet of yellow floral going on in this fragrance. So, I mean, it's complex, to say the least. It really is. So, anyway, check out the notes. Do your homework with this one. It's not a safe blind buy, but it is a lovely fragrance. I hate to use that word lovely, but it is. It really is. Very artistic. It's not the most versatile fragrance as far as for a guy that likes blue fragrances and warm amber fragrances for winter, and citrus fragrance, aromatics, things like that, or even Oriental spices. The thing is, this one's not as versatile. It's that 45 minutes of yellow floral nuclear that just takes away the versatility. You'll definitely smell different than everybody else wherever you go wearing this. I don't think I've ever smelled it on anyone passing by. So anyway, that's my review of this Tom Ford Black Orchid Parfum. Tread lightly. Like I said, if you're a fragrance lover, you're going to love it. But don't blind buy it, because this is one, if you're not used to it, you're just not going to like it. It's going to take some time to get to know it a little bit. But once you get to know it, I do believe, and you show it the proper respect that it deserves, then you'll understand it a lot more and come to appreciate it more. Thanks for stopping by and checking out today's review. I appreciate all of you and hope to see you next time.